You know, the issue of illegal immigration is relatively straightforward compared to the tough issues we face. Issues like how we're going to compete with China as it grows a military which is of extraordinary scale and a navy of that scale, how we're going to deal with radical violent jihadists, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, making sure they're solved. We've got real challenges that are tough. This one is not tough. You build a fence, you have enough Border Patrol agents to secure the fence, and you also have a system of giving to people who come here legally an identification card, and you expect employers and insist that employers check that card before they hire someone. If they don't check the card, if they don't run it through the U.S. database and get an instant response from the government or from MasterCard, Visa, American Express, or whomever, then those employers are going to get severely sanctioned. If you do that, we solve the problem of illegal immigration. And with regards to those that have come here illegally now, we're not going to round them all up and deport them, but we're also not going to give them a preferential pathway to become permanent residents or citizens. They need to go back home, apply for citizenship, apply for permanent residency like everyone else. Coming here illegally should not give you an advantage in being able to become a permanent resident of the United States.
You have the same view, Senator?
Well, I come at it from as being the son of an immigrant. My grandfather came to this country and brought my dad when he was 7 years old, and that's the story that I love and familiar with, and believe in the heart of hearts that that immigration is people who want to come to this country and be Americans is really the continuing infusion of freedom and enthusiasm for our country. But when you come here illegally, the first act you take is to break our law. That's a different story. And we have two folks here, both Governor Romney and Speaker Gingrich. Mitt Romney has a position now that people have to go home, but as few as just a few years ago, he said that there could be a pathway to citizenship. He's repeatedly said that. Now he's changed his position. I understand that. He's done that on a couple of occasions. And you have Speaker Gingrich, who believes there needs to be a legal pathway. That's where President Obama's position is. I think we need, again, just like health care, we need a clear contrast. Someone who can say, look, I have always been for making sure that the law is enforced and enforced fairly. I grieve for people who have been here 25 years and maybe have to be separated from their family if they were picked up and deported. But my father grieved for his father when he came to this country and lived here 5 years, and other folks who sacrificed, who came here to America, did it the right way according to law, because America was worth it. And if you want to be an American, the first thing you should do is respect our laws and obey our laws. And the idea that someone, whether it's either of these two gentlemen, well, the idea that someone who came here and lived here 25 years has only broken one law. If they've worked for 25 years, they've been breaking the law for 25 years. If they've been working, they have probably stolen someone's Social Security number, and they've committed Social Security fraud. This is not just a single occurrence. It's an ongoing issue. And if we treat people like that differently than we do with a mother who, in a desperate situation, goes out and shoplifts or does something and gets thrown in jail, what are we saying? That we're going to treat people in this country who do things for their family differently than those who are here illegally? I don't think so.
You mentioned both Governor Romney and the Speaker. Take a moment quickly. I want to bring Congressman Paul into the conversation. He is essentially saying he doesn't trust you on this.
Well, you know, I ran for president 4 years ago. This was the position I described when I ran 4 years ago, wrote a book, laid out my position. I actually agreed, I think, with what you just said, which is I believe those people who've come here illegally should not be given a preferential path to become permanent residents or citizens of this country. You shake your head.
Look, okay. I'll be happy to show you the quotes of what you said, that people should have a pathway to citizenship.
And the path,
not citizenship, pathway to be legal in this country, not citizenship.
And the pathway that I've described is that those individuals who come here illegally should be able to register in this country, have a temporary period to arrange their affairs, and return home and get at the back of the line like everyone else. And the position I've had is that the people who've come here illegally should not be given a preferential pathway relative to others, but should be able to get in the same line at the back of the line. And I agree with the senator. I'm sorry you don't acknowledge my agreement, but I agree with you that this is a nation of laws. At the same time, I think it's important. I'm glad you mentioned this, because I didn't in my answer. And that is, we need to underscore the fact that we're a party of legal immigration. We like legal immigration. We want legal immigration. And to protect To protect legal immigration, we want to stop illegal immigration, and we don't want to do anything that would suggest to people, come on in here, just wait long enough, whether it's 5 years or 10 years, wait long enough, and we'll take you all in on an amnesty basis. I want people to get in line legally.